Hi there, this is Gina with Gina's Crafting Spot here on YouTube, and I just showed you the 4 photos that I'm going to be using for this layout. And the paper I'm using is the crepe paper 12 by 12 stack, and it had some cut aparts in there of tags and little cards and stuff, so I cut everything up. And there's some, extras. There was borders in it, and I just do that, just sitting watching TV or whatever. I'll just go through and cut everything. And there are just, and one of the chipboard stickers, that was just a chipboard pack for $1, I think at Joann's I got. And I'm going to be using that at the end to embellish. So there are my 4 photos, and that's when Kylie started riding her bicycle without training wheels. And I'm just trimming them down to about the same size so I could make a 4 photo grid, I guess it would be. So I am just attaching them with some ATG. That's a chevron orangey pink sheet. Just attaching them there, all 4 of them. Just showing her different facial expressions, the high five at the end from her dad. And then I'm just going to trim this down so I could put it on my layout, or on my pattern paper that I choose. That's kind of crooked, so I had to straighten that out. And yet again. So I am trying to decide what I want to do for layering in the back. So I decided not to go with those 2, and I go with that green polka dot. It's a light or like a cream color with a polka dot, and I thought that looked cute on it. I needed something else to layer it up though, so I chose that yellow to put it on, and that was it has a pattern to it as well. That's pretty cute papers in that pack. So I'm going to use that flower paper, but just like for one of the borders. I think there's a border strip. I don't know if I cut it or if it's already cut out, but I'm going to end up going with a brownish, not brown, blue, like a blue cover background for it. But here I'm going to use my, I think it's Stampin' Up! Gray. I think it's a gray marker, and I'm using my ruler because I get so crooked, not just a little bit crooked, way crooked. So I do 2 lines, just move the ruler a little bit so it looks a little more somewhat natural, not, perfect. And the marker seems like it's running out of ink a little bit, so I gotta kind of go over it a couple times. And then I'm doing the same with the red, even though you can't tell too much. I'm just going around the whole perimeter of it. And there I am doing that. And if you look at it close up, you could see I'm pretty crooked, but I didn't really care on the background of it. I don't want to take too much time. So this is where I'm looking for another piece of paper. Yes. Kylie's upstairs with you. So I decided to use that like faded blue color.
Hello.
They can't hear you unless you're talking to here. Say hello. Don't scream it though. Say hello.
Hello. How are you? It's so good to see you.
That's Tyler. He's down here with me while I'm doing the voiceovers.
I'm glad you're here today.
Yeah, okay. Let me finish this. So again, I'm just going around with the marker again, and I'm going to add that right there behind the behind the photos, and that's where I am looking for some banners to put. So I'm going to use that orangey red.
Let's go on our way.
I'm trying to figure out how I want it to look. Okay, no more. Stop. So again, I'm just, and if you look close at that one, wow, that is so crooked. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and attach that. I don't like to leave things just hanging because it moves on me and I get frustrated. So I like to just glue it down and then I have trouble later pulling it up, but that's okay. So it's another piece of that yellow again that I used to mat the photos, the 4 photos. And again, just, you know, gonna use it as a like kind of long banner on top. And for all of these, I'm going to end up doing a little, what do you call it? Like a ribbon, not a ribbon, but the cutout on the sides, like a V shape, like a banner or a pennant. So those are the 3 pieces that I decided to use on top. There's different sizes. And I'm just using my square punch to putting it in sideways and corner-wise just to make a perfect pennant shape. And am I just going to attach them now? That was a little too long, I guess, for me. I want to add more, but that's enough. So here I'm just attaching them. That's not how my layout looks, so I think I rearrange them. I'm looking at my layout right now. Well, I'm doing this so I know what part's coming up next. So I'm trying to find where to put those dollar chipboard stickers. I thought they were cute, and I want to just use up a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to end up leaving that there. It's going to move. I had to leave, and I came back and finished embellishing. I don't know if it happens to you, but whenever I'm done with the layout, I leave and I come back. It's like, oh, that's kind of cute. Like when I'm working on it, it's, you know, maybe, oh, that's not too cute, and I don't like it. But then when I come back, it's like, oh, okay, I could work with that. So here I am using the 3-2-1. That's why I decided to do that title 3-2-1 go, because of those numbers that were in there. And I fiddle around with where I want the stuff, so pretty much nothing is going to stay where it is now. It's going to be scooted and things are going to be moved and colors changed. But there I'm using the new way to have your, what is that, Scotch Quick Dry, is to use the baby bottle nipple on it so it won't stick on me and I don't have to use a little needle and I don't have to worry about, you know, damaging the tip or too much coming out or, you know, whatever. So if anyone wants to know about it, I got it from somewhere on YouTube. I could find it if anyone needs it, the tutorial on how to do it. It's really easy. So up there I'm just putting one of the green brackets, and the bottom right I put a yellow one, but I'm going to end up switching it out with that blue because that stands out more. I don't know when though. There I am trying to just clean off the adhesive that oozed. And that smile is just going up there. Trying to find space for a tag just to embellish. And there's my part of my title. The 3, 2, 1.
Mommy, I gotta watch Big Hero 6 first. Then Lego Movie.
And then I'm looking through my wood veneers. I don't have very many things.
Then X-Men.
So I'm just trying to see if there's anything I could use, and I think I end up using a little bicycle. I pulled out a bicycle, I think from, is it Studio Calico? I don't even know where it came from. It was just in my, I just combined everything all together. So that tag I'm not going to end up using. I'm going to use that reddish one, orangey red or whatever instead. That one. But I'm going to put it on the right where that, and here I am changing the color because I thought it didn't pop enough. So that's not going to stay like that. You're going to see me change it. So you end up using that yellow kind of circles, interlocking circle tag. And again, I'm just going to go around all the edges with the same marker. I did that one, but I'm not actually going to use that one that says moments on it. I'm going to do that red one instead. So that yellow one will go there, punching a hole. So I could add some of, I think it's embroidery floss. You get a giant big old roll from Walmart. Super cheap. So I just, tied a knot and cut off the excess. And you see I didn't even have to poke a hole in that Scotch Quick Dry or anything, or even when I use my glossy accents, because as long as you take out the dried up glue, which is very easy, then it'll just keep working and working without having to poke with the needle. Because you should see my glossy accents when it just tore up the edge. The tip. It was just horrible. So here I am trying to layer some pieces. That's just a little piece of the red that matches from up in the banner area. And that's just a little card that I cut down. I'm just going to use that as an embellishment. It says Ace Bicycle Company. And I decided I don't like it by itself, so that's when I'm going to add a tag and a little piece of, like a little layered piece. Actually on top of the tag when I put it together, so you'll see that in a sec. I see everybody tucking things and putting this in there and sticking it in there, and it just, I don't know. Maybe it just takes time to get used to that kind of scrapbooking. But it's definitely different for me. I like it. I'm using more stuff. So that's always a good thing. Use up my stash so I could buy more. So that works. So here's the tag. There you go. It's a tag, and I'm just going to adhere it and then add that little piece of flowery paper after I punch the hole. Just attach it. Some more twine, but I used a couple of thicknesses of it just because. And I just finished off outlining the tag. put on the bicycle. Those are my homemade, instead of enamel dots, I'm using those little Skittles in that pretty blue color. So I'm using those as a dot like 3, dot 2, dot 1, and then go. So that's what I'm using those for. So I'm just using the quick dry. Or I don't know if I eventually have to use glossy accents. I don't know. But glossy accents would be what I would use next time. That works better. And I'm just looking for some stickers I could use, and there's those that I've had forever and ever. Trying to use them up. And then just go, and then the exclamation point on that little piece of tag. And I had to add adhesive, and I just used some foam tape. So I think that's about all I do to it, because yeah, that's about it with the embellishments. I just added that, and then up on the top I added the little man and woman on that sticker sheet. I don't know if, yeah, I had 3 more of the Skittles, one by the bicycle in the bracket, and by the other embellishment little cluster. And I wonder when I put on that piece of flower paper, because I don't see it. Oh, there I used it's the same as glossy accents, but it's the adhesive from Close to My Heart. And the same thing with that nipple top. It's just awesome. Never clogs. There you go. That's when I'm going to put it on. I wasn't sure. I'm not sure how long the video is, so I'm just going to go ahead and attach that. I'm going to look for a photo to show you at the end, but thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. You know, I'm not too good at this yet, but I'm having so much fun using all my stuff and watching you guys, so thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.